All right, so my favorite topic when it comes to selling on Amazon is product research. And the reason being is product research will make or break your FBA business. And if you do it wrong, you will fail. If you do it right, you will crush it. So today I want to break down examples of good products and bad products. Let's get into it. All right, so we're going to dive right into it. We're not going to waste any time. And I'm going to show you guys step by step finding products and then deciding whether it's a good product or a bad product. This is going to help you guys paint the picture and just get a better understanding of what's good and what's bad. And again, new sellers struggle with this concept, so you're going to want to watch the entire video. And if you guys are new to the channel, my name is Trevin Peterson. I've been selling on Amazon now for over 6 years. I've done over $5 million. I do 7 figures per year. And this is a channel you're going to want to make sure that you watch on a consistent basis, because I'm going to be providing as much knowledge as humanly possible. And my goal is to help you guys avoid the mistakes that I have made. So I've launched over 75 different products, and I have seen a lot of success with Amazon. So I'm going to try my very best to help you guys understand this concept of good and bad products. So the first thing that I want to do is you guys need to go and get a tool called Helium 10. So it is a tool that I live and die by. And basically what you can do is it will help you find products, and then it will help you verify products. And there's a Chrome extension. So right here, I'll pull it up and it will break down all of the data points and analytics that I need in order to decide, hey, is this a good product or a bad product? And so I have a link down below. You guys can get 20% off for 6 months. I'll put that link in the description. But once you have that, the next part is understanding what a winning criteria actually is. So I have a complete Google sheet, and if you guys want, I'll give this to you completely free. Just follow me on Instagram and send me a DM saying winning criteria, and I'll shoot you this Google sheet. But I have it broken down into 10 kind of checklist items of criteria for a winning product, and then additional signs of good products, and just some things to kind of look at as you're doing product research. So as I'm showing you good and bad products, we'll kind of bounce back and forth from the winning product criteria to actually showing you the analytics that we're pulling from Helium 10. So now that we got that out of the way, you guys can subscribe to the channel, and we'll come over here to Amazon. And this is a great first example. So ice skates. This is a product that, again, off the bat, just from my experience, I'm not going to sell. And I'll break down exactly why that is. And for a lot of people, they might look at the analytics and be like, oh, I'm going to sell this product. This is fantastic. Like, these numbers are insane. And the numbers can be insane, and there might be opportunity. But for me personally, this isn't a product that I'm going to pursue. So right here, this is a really cool new feature that Helium 10 added. And it basically has a page 1 keyword niche summary for the keyword ice skate. So I can come over here and hit show more. And it seriously breaks down every single thing that I need just right here in one simple snippet. Before, I was going to the Chrome extension to then pulling Cerebro, and I still do that, but this will give me just kind of an overall glance of this particular market. So the first thing that I'm looking at is this search volume. I love looking at the search volume because it tells me the demand and to see if people are actually wanting this product. And sure enough, people want the product. 8,000 searches estimated per month. That's a lot of searches. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to click on this little graph icon, and you'll see last 30 days, the trend is going up. The last 90 days, the trend is going up. The last year, you can see that there's a spike and then it declines. And if you go to all time, it's pretty consistent. And this is why I don't necessarily want to sell this product, because it's a little too seasonal for me. You have a great selling period from basically October, it starts climbing, to December, to January, and then it starts declining as you hit basically February, March, and then it just dies. And then it goes back up and it repeats itself. So if you're looking for a seasonal product, this could be great, but that's just one part of why I wouldn't sell it and why it's a bad product in my opinion. But that is one thing to kind of be aware of. You want something that's a little bit more consistent, that's showing a good trajectory over time, that's not declining, and that has a good history of search. So again, that's a great graph to look at and be like, okay, it's a little seasonal, and that's something that we don't necessarily want to sell. The next thing, and this is just from kind of experience and what I've seen, is variations. And variations can be great. And if we come over here at the 10th item, is variations can be awesome if done correctly, but if you have a low startup capital and it's your first product, keep it simple and avoid a lot of variations. And with ice skates, you have a lot of variations because you have sizes, and sizes are probably the worst variation, at least when it comes to like shoe sizes or t-shirt sizes, and things that you have to buy that need to fit a human. All humans are made differently and built differently in different sizes. And so what happens is you have a lot of returns, certain sizes sell better than others, and then it's just an inventory nightmare. And so you want to avoid that. And with this particular product, you've got a ton of variations. You have literally, look at this. You have like 12 variations. So that's like 12 different products. So to launch this, you're going to have to order a lot of inventory of each size, and then certain sizes might sell better than others. And then you might get stuck with certain sizes because people don't need a size 1. People need a size 9 or whatever it is. And so that is another reason of why this product for me, I would just eliminate right off the get-go, even though, like if we come over here and look at the numbers, we can see that there's great search volume right now, but obviously it's seasonal. Hit this show more, show full summary. You can see that people are crushing it. Like these people are doing $56,000, $18,000, $14,000 a month, and they're doing really well. But again, it's starting that peak season, and they have very deep pockets because if they're selling 56,000 and they have 12 variations of different sizes, like that's just a nightmare. So that is enough talking about that particular product. To me, I'm going to cross it off. Now let's come over here and actually show you guys how I'm finding these products, and then we'll find a product and then see if it has potential. So what I do is I use a tool called Helium 10 Black Box. So you sign into Helium 10, come over here to Black Box. It's Amazon Product Research. And then from there, you go to the Keywords tab. This is just my personal favorite. It's my preference. And I'm looking for something that has over 3,000 search. So the ice skates had 8,000, so that's good search. So 3,000. I want it to be doing $10,000 to $25,000 a month. You could go and lower this, and you could technically raise this. And the reason being of why you would do one or the other, of why you would raise it or why you would lower it, is if you have a smaller budget, it's going to be a little bit harder for you to launch a product that is doing $20,000 a month, because if you just run simple math, you need more inventory to sell to meet that demand. So if a product is doing $5,000 a month, that's still great. You're not going to have to spend as much money in inventory. So that's just one thing to kind of note. Whereas if a product is doing $50,000 a month, and like that one with a bunch of variations, you're going to need very deep pockets. So I have that set up. Then the price, for me, I like a good sweet spot of 50 to 100 bucks. You could do like 30 to 80. You could do 100 to 150, just depending on kind of what you're looking for. And again, don't feel like you need to copy this exactly. You can go in and tweak it. And then the review count, I'm just going to do max of 340. And then one thing that I definitely recommend is do the max review rating to be a little bit lower, because this is where you're going to find holes in markets to be able to improve the product, which we will talk about. So then from there, I come and select the categories. I've got 21 phrases that I found. And so we've got this pedestal. I'm not sure what that is. So I'm going to click on this, view in Amazon. And this is just kind of a cool product. It's a pedestal that looks like it stores flowers on. These ones look like they were built in the 1900s. And it's a Greek column, which that explains it. And you can see that they have terrible reviews. And this is a good sign. They have bad reviews, 3.1 out of 5. This one, 4.2. This one, again, 4 out of 5. This one, 3.8 out of 5. This one, 50 plus were bought last month, and they have only 12 reviews, and they're selling them for $218. So that right there, like, again, I haven't even looked at the data, but that gets me excited. That's like, hey, this is an interesting product. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to show full summary, and I'm going to get a more in-depth analysis breakdown of this keyword pedestal. So I'm going to come right here and click on the search volume, and you can see that it's been pretty consistent. It's very different than the ice skate graph. Like, yes, there was a spike right here in 2021. It's kind of gone down, which is a little concerning, but it's slowly starting to kind of come back up. And so that's one thing to kind of look at. But yes, it has stayed fairly consistent over time. It hasn't fluctuated like the ice skate graph. If you look at this, the 30-day revenue, I mean, that's insane. Like they're crushing it. The average price is good, so it's a little bit higher ticket, which I like. And you see that this seller that has, is this the one that had like the terrible rating? Like they're doing $2,300 a month, like nothing crazy, but they have terrible ratings and they're still doing $2,300 a month. Imagine if you fix the problem, you could probably double, triple that. This one wasn't, I believe that this one had bad reviews too, and they're doing 8,000. This one, like I said, they're crushing it. Brand new product with 12 reviews, and they're already doing $30,000 a month. So at first glance, I'm like, hey, this product has a lot of potential, and I haven't really even dove into it that much depth. But the depth that I've broken down, I'm like, hey, this could have a great opportunity. And so if we come back to the winning criteria, I'm looking at these check boxes, and I just kind of have them mental because I've done it so many times. I have them basically ingrained in my head. But we've got low competition. I mean, there's a seller that has 12 reviews that is just crushing it. They're doing $35,000 a month. Then you have other sellers that have more reviews, but their rating is terrible. So that's okay, and that's actually good. If they have a lot of reviews, but they're bad, that means you can learn from those reviews and make your product better. The next thing is demand. That's where we looked at the search volume, and people are doing $30,000 a month. People are searching this over 4,000 times, and that is fantastic. Unique selling point. This is probably one of the most important parts, and this is how can you improve the product? How can you solve somebody's problem? How can you add value? And we're obviously seeing that with people are complaining. They're still buying it, but they're complaining about it, like terrible reviews. And so that's a easy way to create a unique selling point. You just go read the reviews and you figure out how to improve it. Profit margins. This is one thing that I can't do right in a span of 30 seconds. You have to actually start reaching out to suppliers and see and get different quotes and see, hey, can you actually be profitable with this product? If you can't, then don't sell it. We're in the business to make money with Amazon, so check profit margins. Check for trademarks, patents, hazmat. It's none of those. Find an amazing manufacturer. That's going to go into checking profit margins, and then avoid seasonal and trendy products. So that's what we've avoided. That it's not super seasonal. It's not trendy. And then variations. There's not like any crazy variations. So far, so good. Then additional signs, it's high ticket. You've got a little bit more margin to work with. Again, we still have to run profit margins and check. But competition has few photos. I haven't checked that. They have bad bullet points. Haven't checked that. So I can look at that in a little bit more depth. Can easily fix a problem. Well, so far we're seeing that with basically the terrible reviews. The next thing that is slept on is a big price disparity. And this, as you can see, it's a big price disparity. We have $88, $53, $75, $70, $218, all in the first 5 spots. Like that's a pretty big price disparity. And you can see 144, 77. This one is terrible. They have such bad reviews. And that is just a massive hole in the market. And so for me, this is a good product because I'm looking at these sellers crushing it and they have terrible reviews. And so it's an easy, just go in and find a manufacturer that can solve those problems, and boom, just like that, you can go and launch a product. Now, just a warning, do not launch these products. Everyone that watches my product research videos, I will get 20, 30, 40 people that will go launch the same exact product. Don't do that. Learn how to do it yourself. I'm showing you guys. That's the purpose of these videos, is I'm showing you how to fish. I'm not giving you the fish, right? That's one thing to look at. So this product, honestly, looking at it, looks like it has a lot of potential. And we could do a little bit more digging and diving into the reviews and the manufacturing side and the product development side, which is where we would go into a little bit more depth. But at first glance, fantastic product. And I found it was literally the first one that came up. So we can continue scrolling down. We've got bike tent camping. So I was looking at this one, and this one was actually pretty interesting. It was like I didn't even think that this was a product, but I guess people want a tent for their bike for storage because they don't have enough room in their house or their garage, so they're going to store it, or they're out camping and they just want to keep their bike protected. And again, this is a very similar vibe to the pedestal product. People have bad reviews, yet they're still crushing it. We'll pull the summary report if I can talk, and I'll look at the search volume. And as you can see, all time, I don't know what's going on, but out of nowhere, this is just spiked insane. That's a little bit of a red flag, if I'm being honest. You could get on the wave and get on there right now, and I don't know if it's going to have a decline or this is just a new product, but it looks like there wasn't that much demand. But all of a sudden, I don't know what has spiked this demand, but this September, it's just going bonkers. And so that could be a good opportunity, but at the same time, we want a little bit more historical data so that we know, like, hey, is this a trend? Is this a fad? Is this going to just end overnight? I don't know. And you don't know either. It's a kind of a guessing game. But if you like to take a gamble and you're like, hey, I'm down, like there's definitely demand for it. People are doing well, but people have terrible reviews. There's a hole in the market. It's just I don't know where the market is going to be in 6 months because I don't have the historical data of what it's going to be, because literally there's just some random spike and I don't know. So that's one thing to look at. I mean, people are still selling and they don't even have prime offers, and they're still selling. So like obviously people are wanting this product. There's not very many. And so this one could be kind of a flyer. It would be more on that risky edge, but it's kind of that high risk, high reward scenario. But it's one of those things where if it does start to just crush it, it could invite a lot of competition, and we want a little bit more established markets. So that's one thing to look at. And if we come right here and pull up the Helium 10 Chrome extension, this is where you can see kind of the established market. You can come over here to the creation date of when these sellers created their listings. And you can see that some of them have created in 2023, others basically a year ago, and then others a couple years ago. So they're not like super old, but they're not like super new either. But I would imagine here in a month or two, this is going to be something that is going to spike quite a bit. So for me, I'm going to probably stay away from it. I might watch it over the next couple months and kind of analyze it. But for the most part, I'm going to maybe kind of stay away from it. The next one that I found from this black box was these nesting boxes. So as you can see, we've got good search, good price point, sellers doing 19,000, and they have a 4-star review, only 179 reviews, and they're doing $20,000 a month. So let's come over here and check this out. So we'll show, actually, we'll come and pull up the Chrome extension. I'll just show you guys kind of a different way to look at it. There's all sorts of different ways. You can look at the search volume right here. Same thing. You can look at all time. This is a pretty good graph. Like it definitely has spikes for whatever reason during Christmas time. And people are buying it more so, but they're also buying it throughout the entire year. So that's a great sign right there. If we come to the creation date and see when these sellers launched, you can see that there's sellers in 2016, 2017, 2020, 2022, some in 2023. That's a great sign. That means this is an established market that has not been around for just a couple months. It's been around for years. I mean, this seller has been around since 2016, 2017. And so if they've been around that long, that means it's a stable market. It's a good market. It's not something that's going to just be kind of all over the place and all of a sudden you're going to have 100 new sellers overnight. So that's one thing to look at. We'll pull the show full summary report, and we'll see that the revenues, like they're doing well. Like these guys are crushing it. 7,000, 196,000, 24,000, 9,000. So sellers are doing great. The average rating is super low, which means there's a hole in the market to improve. And if we come down here, we'll see that this seller has terrible reviews. They've got 22 reviews and just 3.2 out of 5. That's bad. This one is better. And then this one, not the best either. So how can we read those reviews and figure out how can we improve it? And so that's what I would do, is I would go in and analyze the reviews and break that down and see how I can improve the product on the reviews. But looking at it at first glance, it looks like it has a lot of potential. And if I can go in and look at this running criteria and I can check off all those boxes, and if I can improve the product, and if I can solve a problem, and if I'm profitable, then this is a winning product. So those are some examples. We'll maybe, I know that this video is a little long, but I do like to go in depth and really kind of paint the picture and help you guys see what I'm thinking. And if you guys are like, look, product research is not my thing, we'll find you a product for you. If you guys want us to find you a product and help you launch it A to Z, you guys can book a free consultation and we'll break down our entire strategy, and we'll just open up the curtains and we'll actually do a lot of the heavy lifting for you, and we'll help you through the process. So we're not going to do it for you, but we will help you execute. We will find the product and then we'll give it to you and hold your hand through each step. So link will be down below for that free consultation, but I'm going to come right here and we'll look at one more. I know that this Halloween animatronic, whatever, is not going to be good because it's very seasonal, and it's something that I don't necessarily want to sell because I'm going to get stuck with inventory. And if I don't sell it, then I'm going to be stuck. And you'll see that this search volume all time just spike. And that's just something that I'm not interested in. So I hope you guys see and understand the difference between a good product. Again, this winning criteria plus the products to avoid list, I will give you completely free, no strings attached. Just send me a DM on Instagram. You have to follow me, say winning criteria. I'll send this over. And I hope you guys learn something. I hope that this gets your mind thinking of what is a good product, what is a bad product, and then use Helium 10 to help analyze it. And again, I'll put all the links and resources down below. I appreciate you guys. Again, do not go and launch these products. Learn how to do it yourself. I promise once you can build that skill set, and that's what we do inside of Amazon Champions, is we show you how to fish. And once you understand how to fish, you have unlimited fish and you can make unlimited money. And once you have that skill set, you will start growing and money will start coming in. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe, like the video, drop a comment, and we will see you in the next one.